Becoming a millionaire in 5 to 7 years may sound completely out of reach for most people. After all, how do you accumulate that kind of wealth when you're starting from little to nothing? But according to finance guru Dave Ramsey, building a 7-figure net worth in less than a decade is possible, even if your bank account currently looks pretty meager. In fact, the average time frame for Dave's coaching clients to go from $0 to over $1 million in personal wealth is just 25 years. These are regular people from all walks of life, not Silicon Valley tech geniuses or trust fund babies. Dave's proven formula has shown thousands that with the right roadmap, you can speedrun the path to financial freedom faster than the so-called experts claim. So, what's the secret formula? Welcome to MoneyWise Investor, your trusted source for financial information. In this one-of-a-kind video, we will reveal the exact strategies and systems that Dave uses with clients to transform their money situation quickly. We'll break down 5 practical routes to build tangible assets and accelerate your income now. You think a 7-figure net worth and a lifelong financial security are out of reach? Dave Ramsey's routes to wealth will show you otherwise. With the right vehicles and mindset shifts, you could be a certified millionaire faster than you ever imagined. We're not talking about get-rich-quick schemes or gambling on speculative stocks. No, we're talking about uncovering the tried-and-true methods of investing intelligently for the long haul. But before we get into all the juicy details, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our wealth-building videos. Alright, let's get started. Dave Ramsey rose from financial ruin to build a $200 million empire. His rags to riches story reveals that real wealth is possible, even starting from zero. How? The answer may surprise you. It wasn't luck or genius business savvy. Ramsey mastered the 5 basic wealth techniques we'll be disclosing to you in this video. These methods are accessible to anyone willing to take control of their money. So what are Ramsey's 5 routes to fast-track your finances? How did these principles launch Ramsey from zero net worth to riches? And what can you learn to take the first steps to financial freedom yourself? Let's explore the 5 cornerstones of Ramsey's framework for constructing lasting wealth. First up is stock investing. When it comes to growing your money in the stock market, picking winning stocks may seem really intimidating at first glance. But with proper research and analysis, you can identify quality companies positioned for long-term growth. Dave looks for businesses that provide essential services or products that people simply can't live without. We're talking about things like trash collection, insurance, electricity, healthcare, or consumer staples. He calls them boring stocks, but they have tremendous growth potential over decades. For example, Dave invested heavily in Apple way back in the early 2000s, before the iPhone even existed. He took a chance on Apple because he saw their potential to completely disrupt the technology space. And as we all know now, Apple absolutely dominated the markets, becoming one of the top-performing stocks over the past 20 years. Dave held on through ups and downs, letting the compound growth work its magic. $100,000 invested in Apple in 2003 would be worth over $4 million today. That's a 40x return. These kinds of home-run stocks don't come around often, but with in-depth research and patience, you can uncover companies poised for greatness. Now, let's discuss some of Dave's criteria for picking winning individual stocks. Look for an industry-leading brand with competitive advantages and pricing power. Apple has built an extensively loyal customer base and ecosystem of products. Analyze the leadership and vision. Steve Jobs pioneered Apple's innovation culture. Great leaders equal great stocks. Find easy-to-understand businesses. Dave likes boring, predictable companies over complicated ones. Focus on essential goods and services. The best stocks provide products people simply can't live without, like food, healthcare, or utilities. Consider the power of dividends and compound growth. Apple kept increasing their per-share dividends year after year. Think decades ahead, not quarters. Long-term companies will survive market volatility. What are some current stocks that may fit Dave's criteria? Companies like Microsoft, Amazon, United Health, Home Depot, McDonald's, Visa, MasterCard, and Disney have many of the qualities of a stock primed for steady, long-term growth. Now, individual stocks do come with higher risk and require research, but if you invest in quality companies with prudent position sizing, it can really accelerate your wealth over decades. Patience and discipline is key. The next is real estate. This was another key route Dave Ramsey pursued to grow his wealth steadily over time. He believes real estate investing is all about the long, boring process of slowly accumulating equity in properties. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme, but done properly over decades, rental real estate can generate strong returns through appreciation and monthly cash flow. Dave's advice is to start small and local. Take your time to understand the real estate markets in your surrounding area. Join local REIA clubs and network with other investors. Look for promising neighborhoods, duplexes, or single-family homes that need some TLC. When you find a good deal, buy the property, fix it up, and get tenants moved in. Do the little things that make it appeal to renters like staging, paint, carpets, etc. Be a responsible landlord by keeping the property well maintained. The key is getting consistent monthly rental income that will cover your mortgage, taxes, and other expenses. You want the rent payment to exceed your costs, so you're building equity and cash flow each month. After a few years, you can tap into the equity you've built and cash flow to acquire another property. Repeating this process over and over is the path to building a thriving rental property empire. There will be ups and downs along the way, but consistency over decades leads to huge wealth. The third key route that Dave Ramsey took to build his wealth was having a diversified investment portfolio. This means having your money spread across many different asset classes, like stocks, bonds, mutual funds, REITs, commodities, and other real estate holdings. Diversification helps reduce your overall risk profile. When some investments underperform or even lose money, others in your portfolio can balance it out. It lessens the volatility versus putting all your eggs in one basket. Dave is a huge proponent of having a diverse mix of assets and strategies that steadily build wealth over decades. A properly diversified portfolio minimizes huge swings while still achieving healthy returns through compounding. Some key principles of building a Dave Ramsey-style diversified portfolio are as follows. Have at least 25 to 30 stocks across many sectors to minimize individual company risk. Dave owns hundreds. Add in conservative investments like bonds and dividend-paying stocks for stability. Get global exposure with international stocks and funds. Consider alternative assets like commodities, gold, and crypto for further diversification. Allocate a percentage to passive index funds for hands-off investing. Tap into emerging markets for higher growth potential. This style of diversified investing takes patience and a long-term outlook. You won't beat the market every year, but over decades, a diverse portfolio built wisely greatly enhances your chances for steady, sustainable growth. All right, on to wealth accelerating route number 4, entrepreneurship and owning businesses. Dave Ramsey has founded numerous successful companies over the past 30 years, including Ramsey Solutions, Lampo Group, Christie Wright Co., and Financial Peace University. His passion for entrepreneurship is easy to understand. Building a business allows you to generate income without solely relying on your own personal efforts. Unlike being an employee, when you create a scalable company, you can leverage systems and team members to make you money even when you're sleeping. The key is to create something with long-term sustainability and potential for growth. And if you hit on a hugely profitable idea, entrepreneurship can be the fastest way to build life-changing wealth. Let's break down some of Dave's best tips for entrepreneurial success. Solve a real problem. Find a demanding niche and provide a solution. Dave's financial self-help products clearly meet strong needs. Start small. Bootstrap and reinvest profits. Don't get ahead of yourself taking on big loans. Dave started teaching locally. Focus on excellent execution. Deliver insane value and service compared to competitors. Reinvest in growth. Keep improving your systems, team, and marketing. Dave pours profits back into his companies. Go digital. Tap into social media, email, video, and other technologies to reach people. Build recurring revenue models through subscriptions. Commit for the long haul. Success takes years, if not decades, of perseverance. Stick with it. Now, clearly, starting the next Uber or Airbnb takes major risk tolerance and work ethic. However, on a smaller scale, you can absolutely leverage a side business idea into a nice stream of semi-passive income. Things like affiliate marketing, e-commerce, information products marketing, and freelancing can make solid entrepreneurial ventures. Find an interesting niche you're passionate about. Start simple by testing ideas, and reinvest to grow the concept that gains traction. The fifth and final route that contributed to Dave Ramsey's wealth journey was strict budgeting and saving of money. He preaches living far below your means, avoiding debt, and having an intentional budget. Even when Dave was dead broke, he decided to get hyper-focused on frugality and saving money. A fanatical focus on cutting costs and not overspending does take some adjusting, but in combination with increasing your income, budgeting is what gives you the capital to substantially invest and build wealth. It also forces your brain to think differently about money. You shift into an abundance and investor mindset, knowing that money saved can grow your net worth quickly. Budgeting may not sound as cool as investing in real estate or stocks, but don't underestimate the power of mastering your spending. Those extra thousands saved per month make a gigantic difference over decades of compound growth. Dave Ramsey's journey shows that real wealth takes patience, discipline, and committing to proven strategies for the long haul. There are no shortcuts, but armed with the right knowledge, anyone can pave their own path to financial freedom. We hope you got value in exploring these 5 routes for building substantial wealth within the next decade. So, tell us, which of these routes to financial creation will you be implementing? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, please subscribe and turn on notifications for more finance and investing content. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay MoneyWise.